Oh, hold on.
It's recording.
Wow, whatever happened to consent, eh? Okay, no, I'm
Yeah.
just kidding. Let's go.
Hi everyone. My name is Anton Smith. I'm a senior support engineer here at GitLab, and today I'd like to take you through a small UX improvement with the LDAP group sync. This was actually brought to my attention by Alvin, where he has created an issue and had a discussion with the auth team on the best way to address this. And I think we've come up with a very small iteration that we can do today. So, Alvin, there's no pressure on you, mate, but did you want to share the issue briefly, go through it, and tell us what the problem is, or would you like me to do that?
Okay, yeah, I can do that. So the issue is that when you configure group links, so I'll just share my screen because it'll make things easier. Make sure.
You cleaning up your desktop?
Yep. Just making sure I'm not got anything. No, I'm sorry, I'm trying to find that issue. Hold on a second.
389647.
You. So let me share my screen. So what's happening here is that when you configure LDAP group links, so in this case, I've configured LDAP group links at the group level. When you click the sync now button, the status of the button changes to show that it's syncing, right? But there is no logic currently that tells the customer, so there's no logic to change that syncing status back to synced or whatever. So in order for the customer to know that the sync has occurred, they have to go and manually click the refresh button, which I just did in that video. So I just went and clicked the refresh button in the video. Otherwise, it'll just stay there syncing until until you close the page and open it or whatever. The problem with this is that sometimes the sync actually does fail. So there is actually an issue where so if you look at the LDAP troubleshooting logs, we do have an issue where the sync buttons is now stuck. And so the issue here is more that the customer would not know, without refreshing the page, the customer would not know whether one of the groups that they've applied, one of the LDAP groups that they've applied to this group membership is actually broken, or whether the sync has completed. So one of the easiest minimum viable products that I discussed with Drew was we could add a note near the button to say, hey, please refresh the page to get the current sync status. So that's what Anton has offered to show us how to do today.
Thanks, Alvin. So I'll just share my screen. So yeah, we'll talk about that issue that you've brought up today. So thank you for doing that. And yeah, I just put a note where we've got that documented about the stuck button in the UI. Now, I forgot to preface this at the start of the call. So, I am definitely not an expert when it comes to these kinds of things. So I'm still learning Rails myself. I do have a background in development, so I somewhat know how to be dangerous. But of course, I'll do my best to answer any questions along the way. So if you see something that I'm doing that doesn't quite make sense or you'd like a bit of clarity, please feel free to interrupt me and we can go through that. So, of course, with all things given, the first thing that needs to be done is in order to write this new feature or improvement, we need to actually enable Open LDAP in your GDK. So I've already done that, and if we go back into here, sign out, that is a new error I've never seen before. What?
LDAP alt omniauth callback path. Yeah, LDAP main. Okay, so the LDAP, that's a weird callback path. Did you change that maybe?
No.
It shouldn't be. So usually the LDAP alt is used when you've got multiple LDAP configured.
Yes, there are multiple LDAPs configured, I believe, but this is strange because this is the first time I'm actually seeing this message. We can take a quick look at the what I've done. Okay, so just for context, that was not planned. Here, let's go. We want to open GDK file, so code. Okay, so we can see here that because I've got a loopback address for GDK test, I've set the listen address there. I've enabled open LDAP. But what we actually need to look at is the GitLab. I believe it's the. Oh, I need to get rid of that. What is it called? So under the GitLab folder, there should be another file. Is it showing me everything? I think it's a GitLab.
Well, I mean, Chuck Norris
GDK.
can defuse a bomb by cutting the wrong wire.
Oh yeah, you can, right? Wait, hold on. So I'm already in the GK setting GitLab. There should be another file. I'll just default to the docs. So what we need to do. Yeah, oh, okay, it's under GitLab, config GitLab. Okay, so somewhere in this file, it's going all funky. So 389.
Oh, there you go.
So
Use it.
yeah, so there are two configurations. So we'll just go back to this. Okay, so oh no, it's GitLab CI. Hold on. GitLab CI. Hold on. I'm trying to find the main LDAP config. So I believe this is it. Oh, some reason I was thinking it was under the CI key, but it's not. So we can see here that we've got one LDAP server defined, port 3080, but that's it. So I'm a little
No, I
confused.
saw LDAP alt there. Anton, I saw an LDAP alt. Just search for LDAP. What is it? Hyphen alt? Hyphen alt? There you go. So you've got an alternate LDAP thing configured as well,
Okay.
right? That's what it looks like to me anyway.
I guess I could just remove it and that would be enough, right?
Yeah. But yeah.
Yeah, as I said, this is strange because it wasn't doing this before. Okay, so let's just I believe we can just restart. We don't actually need to reconfigure. Right. Okay, so that's normal. Just gotta wait for everything to start. On Alvin, here's my where is it? My favorite plugin.
Oh man.
I don't have to click the refresh button, it just does it for me.
Yeah, I mean, you could just watch the Puma
Oh, there
logs.
we go. Nah, why do I need to look at logs when I can just use this? So it looks like it's working now. So that was the problem. So thank you, Alvin. But let's just make sure we can actually sign in with an LDAP user. Otherwise, strange. I don't know why that's going all funky all of a sudden. I suspect I'm going to have troubles logging in as a regular user as well. Or not. We might be able to continue the test regardless of the change, but yeah, we'll just see how far we get. So what I'm going to do, so I'm not an LDAP expert either, but I am somewhat informed on what needs to be done. So I think we just start off with a group and then we want to add some group
But
links to that group.
yeah,
Would that be
yeah,
right?
yeah. Yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
you might have a existing group.
I was just going to create a fresh LDAP group just so it's clear what we're doing.
Oh, okay.
Um, yeah. So the idea here is weird. It's under LDAP synchronization, I believe. And then we have to create a link here, right? Is that right?
Yes, yes, use the LDAP group CN, not the user builder. Yeah, the group
Oh,
CN.
that one there. Right.
Yeah.
Okay, so that's all I
Oh,
need really, isn't it?
hold on. What version of GitLab do you have? The UI looks completely different.
This is bleeding edge, so 15.9.
Oh, wow, they've changed. Oh my God, that looks so much nicer. So, so
But
usually in previous versions, you have to you have to start typing a few characters and then it brings up the groups, whereas this one is actually auto-populated the drop down.
yeah.
Yeah, that's cool, man. All right.
Oh, cool. That's nice. Something new.
Yeah.
Um, let's add that. So we've got a group link, and
Mhm.
I imagine we're going to have a button now on this page. Okay. So this is what we're after. Okay. So I guess the next step is when we click on this, it's probably not going to work because something's broken with the LDAP. But you want to display like a string here, Alvin, that says refresh the page to get updated, or we'll
Yes.
come up with the wording.
Yes.
So yeah, we'll need to do something there. So okay. If we refresh that now, oh, okay, so it actually worked. But what we
Mm.
can do is we want to basically use that as a placeholder. So generally, the next step is we need to figure out where this button lives in the code. Now, it can either be in the Haml templates or it could be in a Vue template. Based on the behavior we're seeing here and that we have to manually refresh the page, it's most likely a Haml template. What I like to do is you can use Control-Shift-F to find things in files in VS Code, but I just prefer rip. So as you can see, I've just typed in I've copied and pasted a string from that page, and I'm just trying to locate the file. So you can see that we've got a hit on this Haml file here. We take a look
Hold
at
on,
it.
that's a different error though. That's a different message though, isn't it?
That's true. Um, I guess I'm just starting at a higher level, Alvin.
Ah, I see.
So,
Okay, okay.
so you can see that this text here matches the text in this model here. And if we keep going down, if we read on, we can see a render sync button. So that's just telling us that there's another file that we need to look at. And because there's no folder path, it means it's in the same directory. So yeah, coincidentally, we can see it's right here. So here's where all the magic happens. So the successfully synced button, or the successfully synced just now, seems to map to this text here. So this is a variable that's being inserted into the string. So uh, essentially, what we want to do is I haven't tried this yet, so this is either going to work or not work. But essentially, we just want to do this. So we don't need all this stuff here, but I'm not even sure if we need that because we're not going to have a variable in here to transform. But Alvin, did you have any ideas on what text you would like in here?
Yeah, refresh the page to view status or something.
Okay. It's not
View
setting
sync,
this.
view sync status.
Okay. So I think that's a good one. So that should appear beside pending sync. Oh no, don't we want it with syncing?
Well, that's weird. That's the weird thing because in your one it says pending sync, right? So it changed from syncing to pending sync, right? So
Right.
if you go back to the thing and click on the sync button, sync now button, it says pending sync.
Oh no, now it's saying syncing. So
Oh, does the
maybe
pending sync only happens when you first add a group link?
I'm not 100% sure.
LDAP
So
group, LDAP sync pending. The previous one, when we look at if we look at the first time you clicked that sync now button, it said pending sync.
yeah, but then did the page reload?
No, you reloaded the page.
Okay, okay, so now that I'm doing it, it's actually going to show the changes I just made. Pending sync. Okay, that's weird.
You see, is it alternating between the two bloody things or something?
Okay, let's try it again. Well, good news is the change actually worked. Yeah. Okay. I
Um,
can't explain that.
but you remember just now, right? Just like two button presses ago, it was saying syncing instead of pending sync.
Yeah. I imagine I'm seeing that if there was a large number of group links to synchronize, maybe we would see this on a refresh. Would that be a fair statement?
Say that again, please.
So maybe we're only seeing the pending sync because when the page refreshes, it's just waiting for it to kick off. And then there's only one group link with one group, so it completes very quickly.
No,
Versus
no.
no?
Well, because just a few presses ago, it said syncing. Do you remember?
No, I don't. I wasn't paying that.
So the
Sorry, I
first
wasn't paying
time,
attention.
that's all right. But the first time when you added the group link, it said pending sync.
Yeah.
And then afterwards, when you clicked it the second time, it said
Mm-hmm.
syncing.
Right.
I think we have to give it a bit of time. So maybe like give it like maybe there's like a timeout or something. So
Okay. Well, well, actually, look, there's actually a user here. So maybe the first time we did it, it actually took a bit longer, right?
yeah, you can't delete that user. But if you remove the group link, okay. So let's remove the group link
Yep.
and then remove the user.
Oh, remove the user completely from.
Yeah. As no. Just go to group memberships. No.
Oh,
Um,
right. Gotcha. I'm with you now.
yeah.
Yeah. And then add the group link back, then do the sync again.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm with you now. Thank you. I think it was group one, wasn't it? Members. Oh, on the upside, I'm learning a bit about LDAP today. No, it's still pending.
Okay, but this time it is pending, right? Okay, but just give it a
Yeah.
while. Give it a while because last time, the first time you clicked it, it was pending, and then the second time you clicked it, it was synced now. But we waited a couple of minutes before doing it.
Oh, okay. But if we wait a couple of minutes, won't it just show this?
No, I mean the sync button changes to syncing instead of pending sync or
Right.
sync pending.
Oh, you mean like stay on the page for a while?
Yes.
Oh, okay.
So I don't know why.
I can't explain it either. I clicked on the wrong page. Let's try that again. So remove.
No. Wait. Oh,
Oh, I thought you wanted me to go through it again, but wait.
no, I just wanted us to wait for like 5 or 10 minutes.
Oh, okay.
But that's all right. I mean, you had to edit now anyway, so.
Let's just try it one more time. So under members, remove settings, LDAP synchronization. Okay, so we've got the group link here, and let me just clarify what we're going to do. You want me to click the sync now button? Do I refresh the page, or do I wait?
So it says last successful sync was 1 minute ago,
Yeah.
right? If you just refresh the page, does it still say 1 minute ago? It feels like it's been longer. Okay.
Okay.
Yeah, okay.
So you want me to click the sync now?
Yeah.
And then what do I do at that point?
So it says pending sync.
Mhm.
I do know that if we were to go back and look at the recording, we would see that at one stage it said syncing instead of pending sync. I'm just not
Okay,
sure how we triggered it.
that's fine.
But
Oh,
anyway,
how about this? How about would it make sense to have this on both the states? So both syncing and pending state.
yeah.
Yeah, well, we can just do that. That to me makes sense, right?
Yeah. Why is there two anyway? What's the difference between LDAP group syncing and LDAP sync started?
If I were to guess, so we can see that there are two.
Yeah.
Yeah. So sync pending is probably waiting for the underlying sidekick worker to kick off the job, whereas sync started as the job's in progress. So I guess that's why I was saying earlier that we would see this initially, and maybe we just lucked out that it went straight to it executing. But when you have a larger set of group links, you're probably more likely to see the syncing.
Right.
Of course, I'm only making an educated guess here. I've never actually seen the behavior myself.
Mm.
Yeah, but would that make sense with your experience, Alvin?
I don't remember seeing the sync pending. I've only ever seen the syncing button, but yeah, it kind of makes sense.
Okay, we can push on if
Yeah.
you're happy. Okay.
Yeah, let's put it on.
Okay, so the bottom line is that this is a very small UX improvement that will probably make a good difference. So it's working, which is great. But what we need to now consider is not everyone is an English, reading person. So anytime that we add strings to the UI, we need to consider translations. So GitLab translations dev. So I think in our case, we are already halfway there. That is not the page I was looking for. Must be this one here.
Wait, hold on. Did you say not everybody reads English?
Well, so in terms of GitLab, GitLab supports multiple, it's multilingual. So it could be French,
What?
German. You didn't know that? Yeah, no, for sure.
Alvin, I
So
literally did an MR with you where we had to update this exact localization through strings using GDK. Literally went through an MR with you.
I'm just surprised that not everybody in the world reads English. Like what? I'm just kidding. I'm being cheeky. Sorry.
all right, all right.
Just talk to my grandparents.
Well, my grandparents did that matter for that matter.
So yourself, not everyone speaks English or reads English. So we need to cater for everyone because we're inclusive. But we can. So we've got a page on internationalization. Oh, I hate saying that.
Oh
But
wow.
the idea is we're editing a HAML file. So let's say we want to say hello world. We want to write it like this. So it's an underscore open bracket. So I believe we're already doing that. Yeah, underscore open bracket. So technically that should be supported, but I believe I've never done this before. If I keep reading, it'll probably tell us how to generate it. I assume there's probably some special script we have to run.
You're talking about the GitLab.pot file, right?
That's right.
It's part of GDK. I'm trying to find that as well because it's definitely not on that page because I've never seen that page in my life.
Would it be this one, Kenneth? Would it be this one?
That doesn't ring a bell, but it could be. I mean, it does say it does exactly what it says.
We'll give it a whirl, eh?
Yeah. The page I always found was in the handbook, not in the docs.
Okay, if you find something, please share it.
Yeah,
and
I'm
I'll
still
take a look.
I'm still looking for it.
Yeah, cool. Thank you. So, so as we all know, as support engineers, the rake tasks can take a long time to run. So not any different here.
Yeah, that's the same command.
Oh, sweet, cool. So did you see that on a different page? Just so
Yes.
we have a reference to that as well.
It's in the designer's step-by-step guide to code changes.
Okay.
In their handbook page. I just grepped for it, so I'm just trying to find the actual link.
Okay, cool. Thank you.
Yep, here we go. Step 11 on this doc is
Cool.
where I've always found it, which is very, I would say not the place that you would think to look, but that's where I found it.
Oh,
Because I'm not a
interesting.
designer.
Okay. Finally, video. Awesome. So I'll put that in the stock as well. So we have another reference as well. What is it called? Designers. Oh, so okay, for UX resources. Okay.
Yeah, when you're
Awesome.
making changes in the UI, like this was the kind of the guidelines on how to do it.
Yeah. No, that's very helpful. Thank you. I've just lost my place. UX. Let's keep with them. All right. So, okay, it's doing a whole lot of stuff. So, as I was saying before, I've never done this before. So, guess we just wait. Now, while we're waiting for that to run, you might be wondering if we need to write specs for this change. Now, I wasn't 100% sure myself, but what I did was I got in touch with the auth team just to bounce a few ideas off them. And they told me that if I'm only just adding a string to the template, that it shouldn't actually need a spec. Now, normally what you would do in this case, especially because we're adding text to the screen and we want to validate that it's actually being displayed when we want it to be displayed, we would write a feature spec. But interestingly, there's no feature spec that exists for the sync button or even not specifically this button here or this page. So for now, I don't have to write a spec, but we'll see how it goes in the review process if the reviewer wants me to write one or not. So yeah. Any questions so far? Kenneth, do you have any idea how long this takes to run?
Oh,
all
as
done.
long there. The trigger was you asking me.
Oh, okay.
Clearly.
You're magical. Thank you, Kenneth.
Yeah. I just wanted to share. I did find Alvin's MR that I did with him, in which he did update the GitLab.pot file.
All right.
So he needed to have run this command. Just wanted to share that.
No, yeah, the GitLab pot. All right. Do you remember Alvin?
Classic Alvin.
All right. Now the whole world can see. Cool. Okay. So that's pretty much all the changes we need to do. So, Alvin, are you 100% happy with the string that we're going to apply here? I'll take your silence as a yes. So, yeah, I guess we can just commit it up, push it up, and create MR.
Hold
Go
on,
ahead,
how
Al.
long have I been muted? I've been talking this whole time.
Oh, you've been
Oh.
muted the entire time. We haven't heard anything from you.
Oh my God. Okay, I was just gonna say, for like, does that sentence make sense? Like, Anton, if you go back and show that page for someone who doesn't know the context,
Yeah, sure.
does that make sense? What, like,
Oh, now it's doing the syncing.
yeah, that's what I said. Like, you have to wait a little while. So maybe if there's already something in the queue, in the sidekick queue, then it'll say sync pending or pending sync. But if there isn't
Right.
anything in the sidekick queue, then it'll do syncing. But anyway, no, yeah.
Oh, yeah, now it's, but why isn't this text showing when it's syncing? Oh, I didn't save the file. Come on. Oh, get it together, mate. Get it together. All right. Yeah, I just wanted to show the text, Alvin, but carry on. Oh, there we go. But now it's only
Okay.
pending now.
Okay, so like Redneck, if you see that text, do you see the like Redneck just joined that? Redneck, if you see that text, do you know, is it easy to understand?
Pending syncing, like wait for sync.
Yeah,
wait
but
to
if
be
you
sync. Yeah.
if you look at that whole thing, like if you look at this whole thing here, what would you do?
Remember this scope I'm going to using GitLab cannot be add or remove here because I have permission in GitLab can update one user at a time because GitLab cached result, change lab server, or in this setting may take up to show in the list below people given gets access.
Okay, but
I think it's specifically this part, Rotanak. So if you were to read this text, refresh the page to view sync status. Does
I
that
will
make
refresh
sense
the
to you?
page. Yeah.
Okay.
Wait, is that a hyperlink or not?
no.
That text. Oh,
No, this is
That
just
blue-
a text.
is it just my screen? But that looks like a hyperlink, like the color of it.
It is kind of like a bluey color. So what's color? The color's RGB. This color here, RGB. This color, yeah, it's the same color.
That's I don't know. I personally find that confusing, but I don't know. I don't know if that's within scope of your change.
Right. It's also possible that this might be interfering. Let me. There we go.
That makes it worse? Question mark.
I'm colorblind, so it doesn't really matter to me.
Oh, that looks nice.
It looks nice, but they look very much like links.
All right. I'll just put it back to what it was. But yeah.
Yeah. Well, yeah. I don't know if that's within scope for your change.
No. Okay. So let's try it one more time. Yeah, it just says pending sync. But that's okay. So Alvin, did you have any other thoughts that you wanted to
No,
share?
I think it looks good. Refresh the page to view the sync status.
Okay.
I like that.
At your command. There you go. All done. So
Nice.
we basically just need to push it up. So
Wait, now that you've saved that other change, do you need to do that do you need to do that regenerate all thing again? Because you've added another line of text.
That's a
to
good
the-
question. The thing is, this string is technically the same as this string. So I would imagine a translation for that would apply to both. but I'm not, to be honest, I'm not 100% sure. I mean, it wouldn't hurt to run it again, to be honest with you. The other thing I'm not sure about is if we need that HTML safe function, because we're not transforming or, concatenating any strings in there.
But they didn't transform the string. They did the HTML safe on that other one,
Hmm.
right?
And yeah, the string isn't like a hyperlink or any form of HTML element. It's just literally text.
That's right. So would it be would it be fair to say we don't actually need it?
Yeah, because it's not a variable or anything. It's always going to be that static text. So I feel like we shouldn't need it. But in the worst case, the reviewers should note to you if it's needed or not when it gets
Correct.
reviewed.
That's true. I mean, because I'm just hoping there was a easy, like just looking at some of the other code, see if there's an example.
No, so
Yeah,
if you
see,
go
like
back to
that
the-
one isn't.
Yeah, because it's
Hold on,
because
hold
it's
on.
static, just static text.
But if you go back to the LDAP sync file,
Mhm.
yeah, this one. So
Yep.
they did. Oh, okay, never mind.
Yeah, they've done it here because they're including all this other stuff. So that variable is going in there.
Yeah.
So I think it's going to be okay to get rid of it. If it's not, this is what the review process is all about.
Hmm.
Yeah.
I agree.
Someone that's a bit smarter than me will tell me what I'm doing wrong. All right. Let me just grab this. Just give me a moment.
One moment, please, caller.
Yeah, sorry, just give me a moment. So this is interesting. So I'm just going to use, this is probably blasphemous, but I'll use the GitHub client for a GitLab project. But you can see that all the changes are being made. This is what we've added. I'm not sure if we need to include all these locale files. I thought we only needed to include the pot file. Would you?
Yeah, I agree with that.
Okay, cool.
So
Yeah, go
did
for it.
did you actually do a git pull before making this your branch?
I did.
Oh, okay, interesting.
So yeah, let's take a look at this page to see if there's anything. Okay, you don't need to check in any changes to the locale language GitLab pot files. So we just need to merge the pot file.
Is your client not respecting git ignore?
Oh, look at that.
What did you do?
I did nothing. I swear I did nothing. Must be the command must have just completed. Oh, so maybe it creates these files and then it just combines them or something.
Oh, right, it's in the middle of doing it. Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah.
That makes sense.
All right. So these ones we don't actually need because they're not actually part of the MR, but we do need these two. So I do need to create another branch first though. So what should we call this? We'll just call it LDAP group sync improve refresh. Oh wait, add refresh message. I pressed tab.
That's why you should use switch dash C.
Yeah, I guess I'm
Which
just a
isn't
bit old
create
school.
it.
Yeah, I need to get with the lingo, I think. So git switch does both at the same time, creates the branch and switches.
Oh, switch dash C does.
Oh, okay,
Dash C
okay.
does the create.
So,
Switch is essentially the new version of checkout.
so if I execute that, that would create a branch called hello and then check it out.
Yeah,
Okay, well, that's cool. All right, I'll keep that in mind.
it's the new version of git checkout dash B.
Right. Okay, that's cool. Let's go add some LDAP. LDAP. Fresh. No, we don't actually need to go into too much detail to commit. I'll just call it this for now. Now, there are a few other things we need to do before we push it up that I'm just remembering. So there is the trailer. So it's a changelog entry. So basically, this is what I forgot to add. When you create any kind of new change in GitLab, we need to add a trailer. So we need to add changelog changed or whatever it's called. In our case, we probably just need to add, I would say, it's not technically a feature.
I
Probably
think
a
it's just an
change.
other. Well,
An
so just
other.
say other.
You reckon other?
Yo.
Because it's just like a UI maintenance type thing
Okay.
more than.
And it's not just EE, I believe. What did we change?
LDAP is EE, isn't it?
No, I thought LDAP is open to everybody.
LDAP
Was
is open. It is, but group links in
Oh.
particular, is that an EE feature?
Yes.
Okay, so we need to add this EE equals true on the end as well. So
Yes,
let's just,
premium.
yeah, okay, so I'll check that on my end, group links, LDAP.
No, I just checked.
Yeah, but it's just for the recording so people can see.
Oh.
I'm on the wrong page.
No, there was, okay.
What?
No, just
Sorry.
go all the way to the top, and you'll see there,
Okay.
right at the top. Yeah.
Because this applies to everything. Okay. Cool. So all we need to do is we just need to add this and this, but change that to other. Easy. So because I've already created the commit, I have to edit the commit. Base
Do you want an easier way to do this, or do you just want to go through your way now?
What was your suggestion going to be, Kenneth?
Git commit dash dash amend. That just amends your previous commit.
I've been doing it the wrong way.
No,
So-
but this only works for your last commit. So the way that you do it is actually right in that it's more generic for all commits in your Git history. This only affects your most recent commit.
Oh, okay. Okay. Thank you. Yeah, I've just as a dev, I've always used the rebase command for amending commits, and yeah, it's just never occurred to me to use that command. But yeah, thank you. I think it's really cool how there are different ways to achieve a task.
Interesting
what-
tidbit. Oh, go
What
solve this
did-
first.
Okay, something just went. What did I do? Okay, I don't know what happened.
What are you, Ian?
Oh. I don't know what happened. Okay, I press Control K.
Oh, Anton, because this is Vim, right? If you do that amend thing, I think it loads Vim. This is not Nano anymore.
No, because if this was Vim, will I be able to type?
Press escape.
Oh yeah, it is Vim.
Oh,
Or VI.
just press U several times.
Thank you. No, I'm in
No,
edit
no.
mode.
Escape.
Yeah, I'm pressing
Yes.
escape.
Oh.
From your
Okay.
calendar.
Alexa, Not
Oh
right
my
now.
god.
Are you in like Vim easy mode or something?
I don't know. Oh, it's because I've got shortcuts.
Oh, wait.
No, it is Nano.
No, no. What the heck?
I've got a custom keyboard layout, so it's probably that I'm not cleanly hitting the correct key combination. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to close that, go new terminal. I'm going to probably open up iTerm. Yeah, hold on. So let's open up iTerm and just do it in here. So let's see. Okay, so I won't press the key combination I did earlier, and that's not what we want.
Do it,
Don't
do it. See
worry.
if it's gonna.
Don't worry,
Same
Tim, we'll
effect.
get there.
We're doing it live. It's fine.
Yeah, we'll do that. Okay, if I press Control K now, yeah, that works and that then. So, other. Maybe I should change this to a more descriptive message. Would anyone have any thoughts on what I could write there?
Add a refresh the page message to the thinking button.
So
Uh,
That sounds like way longer than 50 characters.
add refresh.
Yeah. No, never mind. Yeah, add refresh message to. Wow, that's hard, man.
Wait, what? Where are you adding it?
All that group sync page.
Button. No, that's fine.
That might be fine. So we can leave it at that. Now, before we actually push it up, we should run left hook on it to just make sure that anything I've done is not going to break any of the linters or Robocop. This also saves a lot of time when you commit and push something and you're waiting like hours, well, not hours, but an hour for all the tests to run, and then it fails, and then you got to make a change and do it again. So there is a lot of value at running the left hook test locally. So this is actually just the alias. I think I might have mentioned that in previous calls before. Yeah, so you would install it and then run it manually. So you would run that. So my alias is just basically doing that. Okay. Any questions before we move on? I think we're at a point where I can just push everything up.
I don't have a question, but I have a interesting tidbit about git commit amend for you again.
Yeah, sure, go for it.
If you have only a single commit in a repository, you can't rebase it because there's nothing to rebase on with a single commit. So you have to change it with git commit dash amend.
That's on a fresh repo, right?
Yes, like a single commit in the repo.
Right. Yeah. Yes. I think I've run into that before, actually. Yep. I know exactly what you mean.
So yeah, it's actually helpful to know both situations as a result.
Yeah, because with the rebase command, for those that aren't aware, it's definitely a lot more powerful. So if you wanted to squash commits interactively, or reword multiple commits at a time, I mean, you can definitely do it with that command.
But you're referring to interactive rebasing, which is like rewriting history. There's also there's also another form of rebasing, but you don't have to go into it.
No, definitely. I mean, we could talk hours. I think we can talk a long time on different ways of doing things. But no, thank you, Kenneth, for sharing that. I learned something new today. All right. I'm just wary of time because I've got another call after this. So I'll just create this really quick, just so everyone has an idea of what we need to fill out here. So now this would be, just trying to think, what would it be?
Feature, like feature, if you type feature enhancement or enhancement. No, try enhancement.
Yeah, I don't think there's nothing specific for this. So
just use the default. Just pick default.
Yeah. No, I assume it's just using the default already. But yeah, okay. So basically I just need to fill in all this stuff here. So screenshots are easy. We just take pictures of what we did there. But what we probably want to do is, I'll just write some stuff in here real quick. Closes. I've got a lot of things open. Close.
I don't think
When-
it closes it, Anton. It temporarily,
Sorry.
I don't think it actually closes the issue. It's a MVP, right?
No, yeah, you're right. The word closes doesn't actually generate an action to close the issue once the MR is merged. It's just, I'm just saying that this MR will close this once it's like, it's not actually doing anything. It's just the way I'm wording it.
I know, but
So you
it's-
could write addresses or
Yeah,
whatever you want.
Okay.
I just pick closes.
But it doesn't actually close the issue though.
Yeah,
I mean, like,
I'll-
no. What I mean is that the issue will still remain open because it.
I'm aware of that, Alvin.
Okay.
I'm just trying to remember what the word was called. So, I should just look at the template. Pending sync. So if pending sync suggests to them that they need to manually refresh the page. Right. So would you agree with that, Alvin?
Yes.
So screenshots, I probably should have taken a screenshot while I was doing it. So we'll just do that. Okay, so what are the steps? To validate locally. 1, set up LDAP with group links. 2, and then basically we want to start a manual sync, right? So
Yeah. So go to group members. The group members page. Yeah. Go to the group members page. No,
Yeah.
not a group members page. Is the group members. So group members not possessive.
Right.
No apostrophe in members page, and click on sync now button. Click on the sync now button.
Okay. So sample below. No, we don't need that. So I'll fill this in a bit more later. Okay, so that's very big.
Fine though.
Yeah. So this
Okay.
is just, sorry, go.
I think that's fine because it's not a very big change. It doesn't require a lot of like.
No, you're right, it doesn't. So before we submit it, I typically will add the milestone. I'm not sure if it's going to get merged by the cutoff date. So the cutoff date's like the 19th or the 20th. So maybe I'll just leave the milestone alone for now and let the reviewer do it. But what we do need to add is labels. So in your case, I'm just going to pretty much rip what's here. So it's bug UX.
I think if you choose the current milestone, it will just roll over to the next one if it's not merged by then. But I don't remember if that is the case or not.
I think you're right. It does do that. I mean, let's add it. Integration. Let me just add these last few. So section div.
Yeah, if you don't add it, DangerBot will complain at you.
Oh yeah, as it does. Type bug. LDAP. What was the other one? I won't add the self-managed. I will add this one, support team contributions, because we belong to support. And that's pretty much, yeah, that's it.
Too
So-
pro.
No, you're too kind, Kenneth. But we got there. So this obviously there needs to be a lot of pipeline, a lot of jobs to run to vet that everything's okay. Now at that point, there will be a bot message that says, "Hey, look at the reviewer roulette dashboard or whatever it's called," so you can assign someone to review it. So I'll do that once all the pipeline, once the pipeline passes. Hopefully everything's okay. But then, yeah, from that point on, it's pretty straightforward. Now, in terms of who would review this change, you've got multiple teams. You've got UX, you've got front end, back end, AppSec. In this case, this particular change would probably I would probably pass this on to someone from the UX team first, to confirm that they're happy with the message, and then it would probably go to the front end team. Then it will go to a maintainer. Then it's merged.
From my experience, if you change some text in the UI, they'll also ask technical writers to review it, make sure it sounds fine.
Oh, okay, I didn't know that. Okay, that's
Yeah,
good
just
to
from
know
my
too.
experience. Like you generally the reviewer would do it.
Yeah. All right. Do need to hop off, but
Yep.
does anyone have any quick questions before we leave?
Yes. Why are you so awesome, Anton?
I don't know. I think it's I'm only as awesome as the people that I'm around. So I hang out with a lot of awesome people, especially.
Oh, I see. So none of us are actually physically around you. So that's why you're able to maintain being at a high.
Oh,
That
no,
makes
no, 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 no. You're here in spirit. You're here in spirit. All right.
All right.
Okay.
Hey, thanks, Anton. Thanks, Kenneth.
Thanks,
See you all at the
Anton.
next.
Thank
Thanks,
you, everyone.
Rotanek.
See you later.
Thanks, everybody. Bye bye.
Bye.